Judge Mathis and his wife are getting a divorce after 39 years of marriage. She's filing. His wife is filing.
Yes.
Very sad, very tragic.
Very sad because I saw this family. I watched. Actually, they have a show. They had a show.
They did have a show.
And I remember watching the show because I mean, he was all right as a judge to me. Just my opinion.
He was funny.
Yeah, I know you found him funny.
Yeah,
I actually didn't find him funny. I thought sometimes he was kind of cruel. I just did.
Yeah, I mean, he did have that.
He just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I like the Cutlers.
But when I saw his wife and him in this family,
you saw a different
and
side.
his wonderful children, I was like, "Aww." I said, "Wow," and the wife is so gorgeous. My God, she's such a beautiful woman.
And she's kept herself up.
Yes, I mean, this is a woman who, I know she used to break some hearts back in the day.
I know.
He is such a beautiful woman. And I was just like, my heart softened for him, just as a person.
Yeah.
Because I saw the wife, he must be okay.
Yeah.
He has a wife like that, and who just seems to be so sweet, so soft, so, just like that classy woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they have really wonderful children. You can tell that they were raised right and all that stuff. So I really liked their show. And I liked their show. And he showed another side of him, like that family side, right?
Right.
So, anywho, I was shocked when she divorced him. She's the one who filed.
But you know what I thought immediately?
I wonder what he did.
That? Because my thing is
how he really is.
Yeah, because, right, those two things. But then also, I just felt like sometimes when you look at these marriages that have stood the test of time, you gotta look at the woman. Because sometimes she has been through hell and back. She's put up with a lot, but she has decided to stay down. A lot of those older, I don't know what generation are they, millennial baby boomers?
No, they're not baby boomers. They are they kind of call them like the forgotten generation, I think. It's not it's the generation before the baby boomers. Grandma was part of that generation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the generation. It has a very short. I think they're called the forgotten generation.
Yeah, because sometimes those marriages, sometimes they stood the test of time. I mean, you look at Snoop Dogg and his wife. I mean, even she'll come and tell you that this man has cheated on me several times. Don't ask me about marriage advice because
now Snoop is Generation X, I think. He's Generation X, yeah.
But sometimes these marriages that you see that have stood the test of time, sometimes it has been really good, and they, it's the love of their life, and they haven't had that many problems. But then you have other marriages, on the other hand, where there's been a lot of hell, and you've been through a lot. So I'm just like, I thought immediately that maybe it was one of those marriages, because me, in my old age, I don't see myself going to divorce my husband after we've been together for that long, especially if it's a good marriage and there hasn't been any cheating, there's no abuse, there's no financial abuse or whatever the case may be. If it's a good marriage, I don't see myself leaving. The only way I would see myself leaving, and if this man at 70 damn years old, you going to go put your pecker somewhere else. That's the only way I see myself leaving, because you ain't finna be cheating on me.
Hands on me, or you are just so damn disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that's what I am just thinking. I'm wondering when I heard the tape, which I think we'll talk about a little bit, a snippet of it.
Yeah, but I also just want to quickly say that this is not to say that, oh my God, the man is always a problem. So please, Dusties, don't come in my comment section talking about, oh my God, you guys have always been the man. Listen, I'm not saying that she was perfect in this marriage or whatever and stuff like that. But I'm sure neither was he. And a lot of the time, these marriages have stood the test of time because women have been patient. Yep. They have been patient. They've been holding it down, and they have stood there. Me, it don't make sense for me to go file after 39 years of marriage. After you're like 60 or 70, this is the twilight of your years. Now you're going to be starting a whole new life. No woman leaves her man. especially when they have children. Women are more inclined to keep a family together because we're very family oriented. We're nurturers, and we want to keep the family together, and we want that family unit. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense to me. So automatically, I am thinking, no, I'm not thinking, oh, she a gold digger or whatever, because I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments going, oh my God, don't get me. I haven't seen it, but I do think maybe he went too far or something. Yeah, that don't make sense to me.
This is what I think. This is my opinion, because when a woman who has been married for a long time, in 30 years, and the man, and she files for divorce, it could be that, like, he has been an ass for a while, right? He hasn't been very kind to her for a while.
Right.
She has put up with it. Or maybe he has, and it's not, maybe he has these moments where he blows up. Like I listened to this video where he went off on Wendy, and I'm not a fan of Wendy at all. I am more a fan of Judge Mathis than I am of Wendy, okay? That's how much I'm not a fan of Wendy at all, right?
Yeah.
But I just felt like the way he went in on her was just, it was just on another level. Even if you got the street in you, he was trying to say he had the street in him and all this stuff.
I guess he
Man, I think it just gets to a place in your life, it's just, you know, where you check that. He was talking about praying for her, like, as a praying man, you strive not to give in to the worst part of yourself. Okay,
also
he did it, and it was on a public forum. I just thought it was just out of pocket to a point, and he continued, and he's talking about, oh, I'm checking you, I'm going to check you hard, and all this stuff, which gives me like someone who it's hard for them once they blow up, it's hard for them to come back down. And if you are in a relationship with someone like that, and the way he wasn't even giving Wendy even an opportunity to speak, right? To the point that he even went off on the person who was in the place there, and he's like, you also making noise on me, and they're calling him a homosexual. I'm wondering if you are homosexual because your pants are down. Like, he just went off.
Well, I think he was talking about Kevin Hunter, her husband, because he always had his
No, he was talking about the guy. Well, I don't know if Kevin Hunter was there. I don't know if that's the guy who was there.
They were dating at the time when they were married.
But she was doing her radio, and we were just hearing it, right? So I didn't see it, right? Yeah. We were just hearing it. But he said, and if this guy behind me that keep on making all this noise behind me, don't stop talking, something like that, you know, and I see him with his pants down and all this stuff, like he just started going off on the guy who really had been not really combative with the judge.
That man was acting the plum fool. He kept on saying, order of the court, speaking in tongues. What the hell is going on in these scripts?
Listen, I mean, the thing is, I just felt like when I listened to that, I was just like, whoa. That kind of is the person I kind of felt that he was. That's why he was never my cup of tea. That's what I felt about Judge Mathis. That's why he wasn't my cup of tea. I'm just, for me, I can't deal with someone who doesn't know how to bring themselves down, doesn't know how to calm down, who goes off on people. Like, I feel like you have the capability. I am someone whose tongue is very sharp, and I can go off and tell you off in a very diplomatic way. It's something that people have told me. But as I have gotten older, and just I would say within the past 10 years, it's like, that is not a flex for me, because it's not the better part of myself. You know what I'm saying?
But you do it so well.
It's not something that I'm like, I know I have the potential to do that. Okay, I know I can cut someone in the knees, but it's not a flex for me. It's not, for me, the real thing of strength in a person is how you're able to control those emotions, control self. So I can't quite respect someone, and that's why he wasn't my cup of tea. I can't respect someone who's like that.
We'll put a clip
right?
of it here.
And so for me, when when the wife broke up after 39 years, I thought to myself, she got to a place as an older woman, maybe in her 50s, 60s. I don't know how old she is. And and then he goes off on her, or just does some stuff that she used to take back in the day. And she just says to us, motherfucker, I ain't taking this shit at 60. How about it?
But
I'm not doing it no more. My ass too old for this shit. I got something for your trifling ass, since you can't calm yourself down and you don't know, you ain't got no damn self-control. I can't respect you. I'd rather die and be alone in peace than you take my ass to my early grave. I got something for your ass. Where my attorney is.
That's what I think.
That's when a woman has had enough. Women don't just get up. And for anyone out here who's talking about, we always talk about women. Yes, we do. Do you see who we are? We are women. Okay? And I will say that boldly on my 10 toes down. Yes, you're not going to find me here bashing a woman for the sake of man. Only every now and then we will say what we got. We'll try to be understanding and try to be fair. But
I think it was very telling that she decided at 60, I'd much rather be at peace alone than be in pieces with this man.
So crazy. My ass to my early grave. I ain't doing that with you.
That's crazy. At 60, I'm not trying to go start my life over again. But she probably felt it was the best choice for her. I don't want to spend too long because I ain't got storage on this thing. But how old is she, child?
Oh, Judge, what's her name? Wait, her name is Linda. How old is she? What is her? Linda Mathis. Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like that's probably why she decided to leave, and I can't fault her for that, But at this point, it's sad. But yeah, women don't just get up and leave their man.
She is 61 years old. She just turned 61. And I do believe that's what happened. She reached 60. You see, I said 60, didn't you?
You sure did.
Because you reach a space, okay? My mom did the same thing. She reached a space. I'm not going to say what happened. But she reached a space, and she was, how old was she? When she was 50, I think she was 50. 995. Yep, she was 50 years old. She was 50 years old. And after 31 years of marriage, she's like, you know something? No, not at 50. Not at 50. That's it. Okay?
She walked away.
She was 60. And she just said, you know something?
It's enough.
60. And you see how she keeps herself up? This is a healthy woman. And keeping herself together. And I think that's what happened. And after I heard Judge Mathis, I said, oh, Lord, I remember this man in that courtroom. I said, Lord have mercy, the way he went off on Wendy. Are we going to put a little clip of the thing here? This is actually from somebody else's podcast.
We have to wrap up on because the storage is going to go off in a minute now.
Okay, all right, okay.
Anyway, I'll put the name of the lady and all that stuff.
No, it's a man. It was his podcast. It's a man, actually.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at his video. Okay, let me see. The guy, his name is, let me just turn this off. Lapeef Network. Yeah, Lapeef, Lapeef Network. You guys go over there, subscribe to him. This was done 4 days ago. And just go listen to it.
We don't know,
put a little bit on there.
Yeah.
But you go and listen to the whole 20 minutes of it. Whoo, child.
We'll see y'all later.
That you continue to have, you can't have to come to work because every other week, now you're even stupid so low as to blame it on your baby, your newborn. How low can you get? That's about as low as you can get to blame your child for your cocaine addiction. Then, lastly, your bisexual activity. I'm sure your audience want to know about that. I've heard that rumor.
I'm sure my husband would love that.
Yeah. Oh, he watches? Does he watch when you do it?
Yes. Don't you know?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were that low down. Lastly, we can continue with what I heard about all those abortions. Like 8. You had 8 abortions. That's what I heard. That's the the rumor.
How
Now you want to keep
interesting.
fueling that? Did you write about that in your book?
I wrote about abortion in my book.
All
Yes.
8 of them?
Yes, I wrote.
8? Ooh,
I have an abortion.
goodness.
Unlike you, Judge,
You're
I'll be
the worst.
smarter
I
about
think
my
these
book. I don't
sponsors
reveal
continue-
everything for
all your
free.
sponsors
People
continue
must
to-
buy my book to
all
get
your
the information that they need to
continue
get.
to finance this radio show knowing that you had 8 abortions, a cocaine addict, and a bisexual. Sponsors continue.